Whose is that? Plug it in, plug it. Is that Glade?
Glade.
Who is the best?
The best jingle?
Or even like the little phrase like that?
I'm loving it.
Yeah, that one's hard to beat. Liv Moss. Do they still say that?
Liv Moss. Oh yeah, Taco Bell. That is a weird one.
It used to be Yo quiero Taco Bell, which I don't even know what that means.
It just makes you think. No, it's not queso. I cheese Taco Bell. Probably I love.
Probably?
But then live large.
Oh,
That's what Liv Moss means.
true.
What the heck why is that representing Taco Bell?
I don't know, like, what's...
Their food isn't big.
No, it's
like
not.
a lot of the
you
stuff
order like 5 things
But a lot
from
of the
there.
stuff you get is it's smaller than the photos. Have you seen that? Like they're like
Yeah.
people are complaining and like suing
Really?
because like the photos are like this is like what you're gonna get, and then it comes and you get like this.
Well, because I don't know about like Taco Bell, for burger places, there's cardboard in between each thing to hold it like,
To make it fluffier.
yeah, so it's like stacked.
Dang.
And then I know for ice cream, it is
Mashed potatoes, right?
Yeah, that's so fucking
Which is
weird.
wild, just so you can get that perfect circle.
Which, I mean, fair, because that...
and also it doesn't melt when you're trying to get photos.
and like the excess scoop line is so attractive in that. It's so
Yeah.
weird.
It is weird that
Or
that's,
the ripples on it from the scooping.
that's somebody's
It's
job.
hot as fuck.
is it an ice cream scoop?
Kind of.
That's not real ice cream.
Yeah. Or when it has that little split in it, but like it still holds.
Oh yeah. Because that's someone's job. They
Little
literally
ice crusty.
Jesus Christ. That's how we're starting today.
It's a moist Monday.
We're drinking coffee. We're doing a morning record. We're feeling good.
This is the earliest we've ever recorded.
Yeah.
And I am the most awake I've ever been for one.
Yeah, which is wild.
I'm alert.
I'm on like my 4th cup of coffee.
I'm on my first, but I rarely drink it.
Yeah, I love coffee. Happy freaking moist Monday, everybody. Happy Drawgust. We're freaking getting into it. We're freaking feeling good. Today, it's like it feels like fall today, which is nice. It's nice hoodie weather. Might storm later.
Hoodie with shorts, my favorite combination.
Oh yeah, dude, it's so nice. You got that freedom, but
let
also
the
that
sticks
comfy.
breathe, yeah.
You got to let the sticks breathe.
That's what I call my legs.
the sticks.
Yep. Living in the sticks.
Live Moss, dude. That's what I always say.
Dude, I remember when I first found out about thigh gaps, I was like, oh fuck yeah. Like they're finally like it's something I have, and it's girls only. But
Yeah.
like my thigh cap is fucking ridiculous.
I've never looked at mine.
I don't think you have one. You're a meaty boy.
But
like,
also, like I don't wear. It's for when girls wear.
skinny jeans show thigh gaps too. But like, look at that.
He's showing off his legs.
Yeah.
It's for when
You can
girls
sneak
wear
a family
shorts.
through there. Like that's a
family of
gap.
4, dude.
Yeah.
That's a gap.
Yeah.
You shop there. Don't mind the gap. That's like a thing in like Tony Hawk, where you jump over.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying the Gap's slogan. I was like, that'd be a weird one. Don't mind the Gap.
That would be wild.
Yeah, that'd be
But, like,
counterproductive.
But like their store is a hole. And you have to like get and
Yeah,
don't
you
mind
have-
it. Don't mind the gap.
Fall right in.
The Gap's a weird store.
Yeah. I could not tell you the difference between it and Old Navy or anything like that.
I think it's the same.
Yeah.
I think I
it's just like white people 4th of July, right? That's all I
Yeah,
think
dude.
of for both of those
Yeah,
stores.
I don't know where people buy clothes.
Target for me, that's
Target
basically
has
it.
great tees. They got great T-shirts. But I just don't.
Goodyear or Goodfellow.
Goodfellow, yeah.
I think is the best like affordable men's brand. Their
yeah,
shirts,
you were talking about that a while
like
ago.
yeah, it all their stuff fits like my body at least, which I guess I have a little bit weirder of a body.
Yeah, you're a tiny guy
just-
because you got a thigh gap.
Yeah, I'm just very skinny. Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause you
But,
got sticks.
It fits. Yeah, I'm just living out here in the sticks. But like it fits so well.
Well, I wonder how it fits for me. It might just be a tiny guy.
Maybe.
Tiny guy store. Goodfella.
Yeah.
Goodfellas. That's a mod movie.
All right.
I think.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't think I've actually. Maybe I've seen Goodfellas once. I know it's like regarded as one of the best films.
Sure. But like how different it is from Godfather, and that's also regarded as one of the best films. Like all those just very much blend together.
Yeah,
Casino, maybe? I don't know.
Casino's really good.
Is
too.
that a mob movie too?
Yeah, Casino.
Because it's all the same guys, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Scary Italians.
I think Goodfellas has Joe Pesci in it, which is awesome.
I imagine all of them do.
Yeah, but it's always funny seeing him because he is obviously a mob guy, but I just know him from Home Alone.
Yeah. Also, well, I guess not a mob guy, but still a criminal.
But
The
it's
Wet
just
Bandit.
so-
Yeah. Can you imagine if like the Wet Bandits were in The Godfather?
Yeah, they just because they're idiots.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not Joe Pesci, but his partner is a fucking
Which
idiot.
makes him an idiot. Like if you keep if this is your other wet bandit, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, can you imagine them in The Godfather? Like a guy like wakes up in bed and there's a horse head in there, but also his sink's on. It's like fuck,
That's our calling card.
There's so much happening.
Why'd they leave the water on? That's such a weird. Like he's like, that's our calling card, and then at the end, that's how they get
Yeah.
tied to every crime.
You left me a sink I could not turn off.
Is that your mom
I
impersonation?
I forgot his voice when I started it, but yeah. What's his fucking name?
Joe Pesci,
No.
The Godfather.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's his voice? It's like
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah,
It's something, but I literally cannot picture
I think
it now.
it is a little soft and wispy.
Yeah.
which is wild because he's a terrifying guy,
yeah,
right?
because he had to shove cotton balls in his mouth to record that because he had like his weird.
Oh, really?
Is that Marlon Brando? Yeah.
He had to get a different voice.
No, to get a different face. Like they wanted it to like droop in a certain way.
Oh, weird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe I should. I know cotton balls is how you would get out of going to the war.
Apparently, yeah, you eat them and it shows up as something.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, but can't you also be like, I'm gay?
You could.
Uh-huh.
And also flat feet.
Yeah, which I know my feet are a little fucked up.
But what does that have to do with war?
It's marching and stuff like that. I think I don't know. Which also like
Who cares?
about marching. It's all I don't know. Living.
It's all show and dance. The military is. It's
mean,
just
from the movies
it's
I've
just a
seen.
dog and pony act. You know. No, I'm just kidding. It's important for some people, I guess.
It's important for all people.
Yeah, it is. This intro is all over the board, and I kind of love it.
Oh, we're still in the intro.
Yeah, we haven't got to You Can Sex yet. Maybe we should get to You Can Sex and talk about at least something today. Let's freaking do it.
Well, I have a question for you. If you woke up and you're a woman and you're only a woman for one day, what do you do?
For 24 hours.
Yeah, you wake up, didn't plan for it.
Whoa. I'd be very curious about my body. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, that'd probably be the first thing I'd do because I'd be alone.
Sure.
You know, because I'd wake up and I'd be like, whoa,
Yeah.
boobs. And then I'd go, butt? I don't think I've ever like
Butt?
looked at my butt before.
Oh, really?
But like if I was like a woman, I'd be like, oh, look at my butt.
Yeah.
And then I'd probably be like, let's masturbate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, that's
because I'd just be curious what.
It's gotta feel way different.
It's gotta feel way
but
different.
Also, like, I fucking would like,
I wouldn't know what to do.
yeah. Because also, it's
I don't know what to
different for
do.
everybody.
I don't know what to do even as a man. You know?
Because like that's the other thing is like I'd be like, ooh, I want to know what sex feels like, but I'm like, oh, I don't want to get fucked.
Yeah, and I don't want to.
That'd be
I don't want to
terrifying.
have sex with a man.
No. Also, because I don't think their first time's fun ever. Like, so
Yes,
then,
it's a. I
so then
feel like,
you'd be like, I can't experience that. Like, it'd be such a trap.
but then also you could get all dolled up, and then go out and
But you're bad at it. You don't know how to do makeup.
Oh,
So now you have to go to somebody and be like, hey, make me as hot as possible. I'm curious what I could look
and
like.
then
Yeah.
you just go out and get as much free shit. But then you probably just
You don't know how to get free shit from a guy. You can't flirt with a man.
Yeah, but if I got a booty, I could freaking
Yeah, would you dress like a complete slut?
probably.
Yeah, me too.
because I'd just be I'm
think
hot
it-
as fuck.
Yeah.
Why do I picture myself being hot? What if
Yeah.
I'm just like a normal looking lady?
'Cause- yeah, like if we were,
That's what would happen.
if we're us, but that.
I'd be an ugly lady. I'd have to,
I think stay your attractiveness level and just switch it over.
yeah, I'd be an ugly lady. But you know, I can get dolled up,
True.
makeup. You know.
Yeah, because like if we're average looking women, I think you can be like.
Oh, I think-
if you
yeah.
get a lot of makeup.
Yeah, and also if you just show off skin, I'd be like, look at my
True.
belly button.
Yeah.
That's what men like, right?
Some of them.
Look at my thigh gap.
Do you think you'd have big titties?
I wouldn't want them.
But like I wouldn't have any titties.
Oh,
Although I guess in my family they do, but like I'm just so skinny, I assume I wouldn't.
I don't know. I would like to have medium.
Medium, like
Medium.
like a big B.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
or small. I kind of like smaller boobs.
Sure, but like
Yeah.
on you that would be nice. But like
But also, yeah, if
I-
you have big
one
boobs, you
day,
have back
though-
problems.
one day Do you want double D's?
It just sounds like so much to lug around.
And like,
What do you do with them?
I'd just lug them around.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be so much work. I want to be able to just put on a t-shirt.
Like, does it feel like your skin's pulling on? Like, is your skin taut?
Yeah, it's like, wait, dude, that's why they have back problems and shit.
Yeah, but I just mean like skin. Like,
Oh yeah, because it might be pulling.
yeah, like, is their side boob tight?
I don't know.
I guess that's what bras are for, but still,
To hold it up. God,
that's wild.
aren't you glad to be a man?
Yeah, I mean, balls are weird too, though.
Yeah, balls.
We've got a weird fucking thing hanging, and it's
Well, we
just,
got multiple things.
well,
hanging.
yeah. But like the fact that they're just the most painful thing for some fucking reason.
Dude, and so sensitive.
Yeah.
Have you ever like you're like scratching your nuts and then you just like it's just a light scratch, but then you're just like, ow, what
Yeah,
the
like you
fuck?
catch a corner of a nail.
and it just fucking
It
stings
stings
so bad
forever. Yeah.
And you're just like, God damn it. It also weird. Like I've been doing like push-ups lately.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll like do a set like right before I jump in the shower, so I'm naked, and then it's just weird because like your dick just hits the and I'm like,
It's good push up.
but then I'm just like, I don't want my bare dick touching the carpet.
Oh,
Like, it's like,
ooh, the
it
carpet is weird.
It feels fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, yeah, it's weird, dude. But I still do it.
Can you tell like if you have a fever just by looking at your balls? Because that's something
What?
have you never noticed that? Like,
Fever balls?
yeah, like I've noticed like if I'm like, oh, I feel a little hot, I'll like stand up and check. I'm like, yeah, I have a fever because they hang lower. It's weird.
Well, I know they hang lower if you're hot.
Yeah.
And then if it's cold, they shrink.
Right. Yeah. But like, have you ever been able to like notice that like when you're sick?
I guess I don't really pay attention to my balls.
No, that's like one of my like my checklists of if I'm getting sick or not.
Usually I just go, oh, I don't feel good.
Fair.
Usually it's a lot noticeable than, oh, let me look at my body. Let me look down and sometimes under. You know? What if it's like a really cold day? Then you're like, I don't know if I'm sick.
True,
There's
yeah.
nothing there. Mm-hmm. Isn't that weird that sometimes they're just,
And yeah, and you go.
oh, pop them out?
Yeah.
That's like post-sex when you pop them out.
Yeah, like that's
It's
those are weird things to have to deal with as a guy.
Yeah.
Like it's still like it's good. Don't get me wrong.
yeah, we're kind of privileged white men. But we got our trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
For sure.
Sometimes balls are inside us.
I do have a question. Since you just asked me a question, I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think would win in a fight?
You or me?
You or me? I thought about this. I woke up this morning. I woke up early, had some coffee, and as I'm waiting for my coffee, I thought about this question, and I was like, "Oh, this is curious."
Because I would say at the end of it, me.
Oh,
You are. I think you're stronger and more sturdy than me. I don't think
yeah,
you
I got
have
weight on you.
I don't think you have what it takes to beat me in a fight. Because
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm not a fighter.
I'm not a fighter either, but I would be mean.
Yeah.
You would be like just like holding, like you would maybe like hold me down and hit, but I would be like
You would
gouging and scratching and choking.
You'd play dirty.
Yeah, because like my first move, jump on your back, arm around your neck, kick off the wall, and have you fall hard. Like that's my.
Oh my god,
That's my first step.
That's a fucking.
If you wanted to fight me
that's a
now,
street move, dude.
I would just like I would want to get on you and then.
Are we in an alley?
I'm saying right here, right now.
Oh, you just.
I'm jumping on your back, trying to kick off that wall so you
What
fall
if you're
there.
facing me? How'd you get behind me?
I'm squirrely.
Okay.
See, you could if you could get me down and
I could hold you down.
and yeah.
And I go, you like that?
but then I'm flailing.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah, you're like a dead fish.
and if any part of me hits you, it's sharp like a bone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I was thinking. Like it would be a weird fight because I got like I'd probably say 50 pounds on you.
Yeah.
Probably, which is a lot of weight, but also I'm not a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd have to like, I feel like I'm a lot stronger than I think I am.
Yes, I think you are too.
But I just don't use it.
Yeah.
But if something shifted in my mind where I like gotta kill you,
Sure. To
the death.
the death, I think I don't
This is taking a turn.
so all right, if it's a fight
It's
to
supposed
the,
to be a fun question.
No, I still like this. Again, I think to the death because I think I will put more weight on that at the beginning of the fight than you will.
Yeah.
You'll think of still just like beating me. I will think of disabling you.
Yeah, because you're like, well, this
Go
is
for the
end.
eyes.
This is the end.
Yeah, like
so you fight like a monkey.
Yeah, no, I want to fight like a chimpanzee. I'm going for your eyes. I will kick you in
Nuts.
the balls immediately.
Yeah, because you gotta.
Yeah. That's the other. If any like big guy does want to, I will fight dirty because otherwise I'm
People
getting
don't
these.
people don't wear cups anymore.
Yeah.
Anymore. Isn't that wild?
Did people used to?
I think so.
Just in sport. I'm not.
Isn't it wild that cups? I feel like cups are only worn in like baseball.
I think football they probably have them in
Do they?
too. I would hope so in like hockey and shit.
I guess.
Yeah.
I had to wear one when I was doing sports.
Like the soccer.
it sucks, dude. It's such a weird pain because
I've never worn a cup because it's like hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
And,
like,
and it's like literally you can knock, it's like a hard, but what's weird is when you get hit there, it doesn't hurt, but around you it does because it's digging into that fucking soft groin area.
yeah.
So it's like, it hurts less than getting kicked in the nuts.
So
but
it's
still,
worth it. It still
but
sucks.
it still
yeah.
fucking hurts like a bitch.
Why don't they just like? I would want it where like I guess if you're moving around, you can't have that. Just if like, because I know in for stunt people, when they get kicked in the nuts in movies, at least this is how it used to be. There's a band going from like ankle to ankle, and it's like up and down.
Oh yeah,
so it like so your pants would hang lower, and it's supposed
like
to be tight
it's
there.
It's a tight, so then you can get kicked in the nuts easily.
Because if I heard stuntmen, because I've listened to a lot of interviews with stuntmen and stuff where someone had to kick him in the nuts, but he was nervous to hit him in the nuts, so he kept like hitting him in the thighs, and he's like, this is way fucking worse.
Yeah,
like,
it hurts
please
a lot.
just like
fucking do it.
Yeah.
Just get it over with, so then we can be done filming. Yeah, we should write a nut kicking scene.
Sure. Have you ever kicked somebody in the nuts full on?
No.
I have once, and the kid asked me to. It was for a
What?
film scene.
Oh, really?
In multimedia in high school.
Like
yeah.
legit?
Yeah, it was
I've done like the fucking nut taps.
sure.
Which those fucking
Peter taps?
I hate those.
And I never started them. I hate the people who did.
Oh, dude, I got Peter tapped once at a homecoming dance.
Yeah.
Some guy just did it, and I was like, God damn!
Was
it.
he your friend?
I think so. Like that's what boys used to do, and it's just like, dude, it disables you.
See, I just remember seeing one. I'll get back to the
Yeah.
All right, so not kicking story. It was for like multimedia class, and it was when we had it was when you learn stuff. So it was like you do a depth shot, you do
the opening,
and this was like his linking shot was just two angles of him getting kicked in the
you
nuts
had to do
by
it
me.
twice?
Yeah, and I was dressed like Abraham Lincoln for my own thing. So he was like, "This would be funny if you kicked me in the nuts dressed like." And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it."
So you legit kick
Yeah,
him,
he like jumped with it, so that might have helped, but like it definitely still hurt.
and you just went for it.
I mean, it was like kicking me. Okay,
Yeah,
like
if you insist, you told me to.
I'm not gonna question it. I'm
Can we
gonna kick
roll?
you in the nuts.
Okay,
Yeah.
and ding, ding.
But the worst ever Peter tap I saw was in gym class locker room, which
Oh fuck, dude!
like
I hate that.
Yeah, it was weird.
I hated that. I was always like, I don't want to get naked.
Well, I never got naked.
I never got naked.
Okay, no,
Isn't it weird that some people took showers?
Yeah.
And I was just like, why are you naked?
I can shower before school. Like I'm not getting that sweaty in this 30-minute.
I would sweat a lot.
Oh, really?
But I would go, I'm not.
Yeah,
Fuck
not worth
that,
it,
dude.
Because I remember one time in gym class, I had to like you change into your gym clothes, which you're down to underwear, which I don't care about.
Well, back in the day, I was always self-conscious about taking my shirt off.
Oh, sure.
So I hated that.
So I took my shirt off a lot.
Yeah, well, you always have a shirt
Yeah.
off. You're a tiny boy.
So I changed or whatever, and then I remember I went to the bathroom and I came out, and then my gym teacher like cornered me. He was like, "Hey, did you change in there?" I was like, "No." Like he was mad if I did not get changed with everyone. It was a weird fucking
that's
conversation.
really
Yeah,
weird.
and like I didn't.
Why you? What?
Yeah, like he. I think I would have gotten in trouble if I had hidden myself changing.
Why?
I don't know.
God, that's gross.
It's
that's
fucking
If you
weird.
want
That's
to change in private, you should be able to.
Yeah, like and. It just takes you longer, and that's the punish. Whatever.
Man,
yeah.
what the fuck? It is also weird at the locker rooms that they just had a window and it was their office. And when they're sitting at the computer, they're just seeing the boys.
Yeah.
God, that's weird. That's weird. And the gym teachers were always weird too to begin with.
Yeah.
Because it was always like they were coaches.
Sure.
Sometimes, but sometimes they were just the gym teacher, and it was like,
What are you
ugh.
doing, bud?
Yeah, really weird.
God, I remember my elementary school gym teacher hated me, and he would pick on me. I think I've talked about this before. His name was Mr. Eckhoff. He made me
Yeah,
cry
I
so
remember
much.
Mr. Eckhoff.
He hated me. One
He
time,
fucking sucked.
because he would have to, like when you're learning a new game, and this one was floor hockey.
Okay.
He was like, all right, Jacob, come help me demonstrate. I'm like, I don't know how to play floor hockey. And so he 1v1'd me in front of the class. And I was,
He's an adult.
He scored on me.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, and that's how you play. I'm like, what are you doing?
There was a teacher before Mr. Eckhoff, Mr. Best.
Yeah.
He was incredible.
Because he was the best.
Yeah, he was awesome.
No, I only had him for 1 year, I
dude,
think.
we used to play Capture the Pin. Did you ever play that? Dude, Capture the Pin is my favorite gym game.
You could be sneaky.
It's so simple because it's two teams in the gym and there's 3 bowling pins on both sides. And the goal is to get all 6 bowling pins on your side.
And if you go over and grab it, do they throw balls at you or do they pull a flag? What is it?
I think it's dodgeball.
That's what I
think
thought.
it's dodgeball. And then if you get hit, you have to go to the opposite side base behind the pins. And the only way to
Yes.
get saved is if someone sneaks across and touches you, then you can go back free.
do remember
so
that.
So you have to like sneak across and then dude, it's chaotic because you have people on the front lines and then people guarding the pins.
Can we run out of a gym and play that? Can you imagine playing that with adults? That'd
Dude,
be terrifying.
But you need like 20 people. Like you need a lot of
Shit.
people for it to be fun.
That
Game was so awesome because you would like act like you're just like hanging out and then you'd
Yeah.
sneak and then run and and then you'd be. It was fun as
that
fuck.
would be fun
dude.
to try like plan.
Oh, dude. I'm also in junior high. There was that wrestling room, that tiny like padded room. You remember that?
Yeah. So I wrestled as a child for a couple of years.
Yeah, that's weird. to me.
I wasn't. I was a good wrestler, but I wasn't aggressive. So anytime I got a kid down, I would just let him out because I felt bad. I'll see. Yeah. Anyways, something. This is always a weird me thing that I've noticed. The smell of a wrestling mat.
yeah.
I love it.
Oh, you love it?
Like one of my favorite smells, and I don't know why. Because it's just
Weird.
old sweat.
Yeah, it is.
I don't. That is
Old
such a
rubbery sweat.
comforting smell to me.
That's a weird. I mean, I like the smell of Sam's Club. It's
Okay.
like tires, like fresh tires.
Sure.
I like the smell of gasoline.
Yeah.
Even though you probably shouldn't be smelling it. I don't inhale it.
Because like loving the smell of like a Home Depot is normal.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good smell. I like smells, but going back to that wrestling room
Yes.
in junior high, we used to play dodgeball in that room, and the whole room was padded, and it was a tiny room.
So you could sprint.
But it was free for all
Yeah.
dodgeball. So there was no sides. So literally there's people running everywhere, balls going everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It was so fun. Because literally you'd be able to bounce off the walls,
Mm-hmm.
hit the ground because it's all padded.
They do have like adult dodgeball competitions.
God, that'd be fun as
And that's
fuck.
like 6 people.
Yeah, real dodgeball's intense though.
Mm-hmm. I hated when they replaced the rubber balls with
and-
gator balls.
Yeah, with gator balls suck,
Yeah,
dude.
like you could throw them hard, but like it wasn't that bing. Like
No, dude.
I want a dodgeball.
I
to
want
hurt.
a real, yeah,
Like,
especially
could-
when it fucking hits you.
Like
oh.
if headshots are allowed, which I think they should be, because that's the easiest thing to dodge with too.
Yeah,
Like
If
people
you-
who get out for like, cause it's hard to aim across a gym.
Well, yeah, you have to chuck it, and it's not like, yeah,
No,
it's
I-
a big ball. It's not like a baseball,
Right, yeah.
And also, you should be paying attention. Like,
Also, you should be able, like you have to dodge it. You should be able to get hit anywhere.
yeah, that is weird that headshots aren't allowed.
But that,
but
well,
it
I mean,
does
I
hurt.
think in real dodgeball it is.
Okay.
We were children, but like that bouncy ding. Same with like it's a kickball, but yeah,
it is, dude.
just that noise.
Oh,
There's
kickball
something
was
else.
fun too. Kickball was really fun.
Because anyone could kick it at least.
God, I liked gym class sometimes, and then other times it was so stupid. Like I was like, why do we have a whole semester about ping pong?
Or the Macarena.
What, you did the Macarena in gym class?
Yeah. We also square dance.
What the? Oh, in junior high?
Yeah. Or in a couple. Yeah.
I remember that.
Or like we scubaed for a day.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, we went to a not private school, just a rich public school.
Yeah, we had pools. There was also one day in gym class where we had to jump in the pool with our clothes on
And try to make yourself float.
and try to survive.
We're in Iowa.
And like literally the clothes I'm jumping in with was the clothes I wore to school.
I didn't do that. Not a fucking psychopath.
But I was like, what are we doing?
All right, back to my story. So a guy got Peter tapped.
Oh,
with
yeah, I
a
forgot the Peter
fucking
tap.
lock. And that's when I was like, oh, this isn't funny anymore. Someone swung a lock and hit a dude in the nuts.
Holy shit,
like-
dude. That would like kill you.
He was like sobbing and like, and
Yeah,
we
the
were all just
pain
like
is
standing there.
The pain is so deep.
Yeah,
And it
and,
doesn't
like-
go away. Oh my God, dude. It's such an intense pain
Yeah.
that you can't describe.
I remember that like changed. Like
That
stuff.
changed the game.
And like it changed the way everybody viewed the kid who did it because the kid was like a douchebag kid,
And they thought
but he was
it
like
would be
funny, but like the one who always talked back to the teacher with jokes, which like I did a little bit, but not that.
No.
I wasn't like a bad. Like he was,
So then everyone was like, oh, you're bad.
yeah, like oh, you take things too far. This isn't fun.
Yikes, dude.
Yeah, that was like a somber day.
That's the day the music stood still. That's the day the music stopped. I do want to change the subject real quick. I want to talk about something that I just consumed last night.
Okay.
that I want to talk to you about. This thing came out in 1994. It's a freaking cult classic based on a true story.
Oh, so it's not food.
Based on a true story, starring Suzanne Summers.
Okay.
And Matthew Lillard, and it was a box office bomb. It was directed and written by John Waters. Do you know what I'm talking
All right,
about?
wait. Who was the actor again?
Suzanne Summers
Okay.
and Matthew Lillard.
Oh shit! Yeah. Oh, you
Serial
watched-
Mom.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Dude, I watched
I
Serial
was thinking
Mom.
Matthew Broderick. I was like, who? What the? But no, yeah, Matthew Lillard.
Serial Mom, 1994. I watched it last night.
Yeah.
Dude, what's so odd at the beginning of the movie, I don't know if you remember this, is there's like text that comes up that says the people involved in this crime were not paid compensation for this. This is based on a true story, all this shit. And then the movie starts and I'm like, what the fuck? And then it's just this most stupid like murder like dark comedy.
Yeah.
But I'm like, there's no way they lied. It's not a true story.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
Like, why did they start it like that?
Because John Waters is fucking weird.
Dude, if you haven't heard about it, it was a box office filler. It cost $13 million to make. They only made
Why?
$8 million.
Why did it cost 13 million?
I don't know.
Did they build the neighborhood they filmed in?
Well,
Jesus Christ.
I heard that it cost 60 grand to use the song Tomorrow from Annie.
Not worth it.
They said it was. Because it cost so much because there's a brutal scene
Yeah.
happening while
Someone's watching Annie.
yeah.
So how good is that movie,
Dude,
though?
that movie, it starts off like very like cheesy home, like 70s, 80s life.
Yeah.
And then it's about this mom that's a serial killer.
And also, there's no spoilers for it, like, because this is just what it is. Yeah.
Is she like bipolar?
I don't
Or
know.
She's just like
She's just crazy.
I think she's just a crazy lady because she starts off like super nice, and then she just like starts killing people because of the way they act.
Which, like, that's the confusing part, because then are you like, have you been killing people this entire... Like, the first person just, like, kind of annoys her and she murders them, but, like...
Well, and then he also chews gum, and she goes, "We do not chew gum."
Right.
Like what? Because her husband's a dentist. There's so many weird things in this movie that I love it. Matthew Lillard is the son,
And he's young.
and he's obsessed with horror films.
So it's like, it feels like it leads into Scream, kind of.
Yeah, it does, because then they're like, "Oh, you're a real life." It's like real life, and then it's like gory, but also like ridiculous.
Yeah, because it's John Waters.
Dude,
Serial Mom, so fucking
It's
good.
so good, and it's like it threw me off because I was like, "Oh, is this gonna be scary?" Like when it was at the
Sure.
beginning when it was like
Yeah.
true story, and then I was like, "Oh no, this is just funny." There's so many like one-liners that are just like, "What?" Like there's a scene because Matthew Lillard works at like a movie rental place,
Yeah.
and there's a lady checking out a movie, and she goes, "I just love Bill Cosby's pictures." And I'm like, okay.
Well, and
They
like,
came out in the 90s, I guess.
yeah, so now it's even weirder.
But so many, and then like, dude, she just kills people, and then she represents herself in court, and then at the end, they like
shit,
turn
it was-
the story. They're like turning the story into a TV show, and Suzanne Summers is gonna play the person, so Suzanne Summers plays herself.
Yep.
At first, I was like, "Who the fuck is Suzanne Summers?" Because like I saw she was in it, but she's not in it until the end, and then
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, Three's Company,
Yep.
dude."
No,
she's
Suzanne-
like super hot.
So fucking hot.
Yeah, dude, it's a great movie.
It's a weird, yeah. So I've discovered that movie. And this is something I've learned to do occasionally. We have a store called JCD and Hobby. It's my favorite store ever.
Oh, it's fantastic, dude. Highly recommend.
It's all used stuff or like weird. So it's a lot of it's yeah,
kind of. Yeah,
But also it's vinyl records, comic books, and then just a shit ton of used DVDs.
and video games.
yes, oh, right, yeah,
Well, and also cards.
yeah, and
board
like action
games.
figure. Yeah, it's everything. But like those
Yeah.
are the big reasons we go there.
Yeah, I buy so many movies there, dude.
And like 'cause they just have thousands, and it's like they're all cheap as fuck.
And if you buy 3, you get 1 free.
But-
so I always buy at least 4.
And like the people working there are usually just kind of like weird nerds.
They're weird nerds. Yeah,
and
which
like,
is awesome.
Yeah, which is where they belong, and also who I appreciate to sell me this kind of stuff. But I'll occasionally go in there and be like, "Hey, what horror movies would you recommend that you guys have?"
Oh, so that was a recommendation?
Yeah. So this one guy, I bought like 10 movies that he recommended. I
Holy
think
crap.
all but like 2 or 3 were awesome. But so like that was one of them where it's this kitschy, like weird, like it's more funny than
It's
anything.
very funny because it's just like, what is going on?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And then
It's
the
a-
way she kills one lady with a leg of
Yeah,
meat.
right, yeah.
Like she beats her to death with like a lamb of like a leg
Leg
of
of lamb,
lamb. What the hell?
So he like recommended that, and then he also recommended this weird movie called Monster Brawl, where it's like, what if a werewolf, Frankenstein, all of them entered a boxing ring tournament? Who would
What?
win? So there's like that one,
Is
and
it
then
good?
no, but that one was fine. But then he also recommended, oh shit, what's it called? Fuck, D. Snyder, I think wrote, directed, and stars in it. Fuck.
Oh
what's-
shit!
Just like
And
I
it's
need.
a horror movie.
Yeah, I need to look it up.
Oh, I think
I've told you about it before.
Yeah, I think I know about this, and I have heard of it. D. Snyder's a weird guy because he has such a distinct look too.
All right, it's called Strangeland.
Strangeland. Okay.
And the girls in it, they became famous too. Like, and this is like one of their early
Okay.
roles. And like I know Robert Englund is in it. Like it's got some like actual like bigger stars, but it's just kind of a weird group of them. It is one of the most fucked up horror.
Oh shit!
Like it's not.
Like it's actually like freaky or just.
It's terrible because it's it's from the late 90s, early 2000s when like the internet was super scary, like chat rooms and shit.
Oh,
so it's
fuck.
with that.
So it's
like,
dark around that.
so not giving spoilers, but D. Snyder plays the villain. He is giant, terrifying. Like
Fuck.
he's
dude.
like half tattooed and
Does he actually look scary?
yes. And like he's
Weird.
a weird actor, so that adds to the fear.
Yeah, I feel like he wouldn't look scary.
He goes on chat rooms, talks to teen girls, invites them over, and then, or like, I guess not even just teen girls, but people, and kidnaps them.
Yikes.
And then when he kidnaps them, he practices piercings.
Oh,
But like genitals and like that kind of shit. Like they don't show it, but they like talk a lot about
Jesus
it.
Christ.
So like the most fucked up, terrifying movie. Like it's up there with oh shit, what's Hostel? Like it's on that level. It's
Hostel's fucked up.
but like with that's like it's not the most fucked up movie, but it's the more fucked up mainstream.
Well, in
movie.
that movie makes you freaked out about going to one of those places.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
like so does this one kind of. But it was on like on that level, but like
holy crap!
underground.
Okay, and you had
kind
never
of.
heard of it.
Yeah, so it's like you can't recommend this to a person.
You asked,
I know,
dude.
but
You asked for horror.
But just like this, like
And they just
group-
had this available at a store for families.
Yeah, no, yeah, because I bought that, and that was the I know that was the DVD where I bought acid a couple times, and that's where I hid my acid. I was like, that's where that belongs.
in Strangeland.
No one's gonna look in there.
So he recommended Serial Mom.
And Strangeland and Monster Brawl and a couple of like I think I
so
literally
it's just
bought,
all over the
yeah,
board.
and like
Serial Mom's great.
great guy.
Dude, what's so weird is when I was watching it, I was like, "Oh, this is definitely a movie that your family loved." That's what I thought. Like,
nope, because I've told my parents to watch it.
because I feel like
I don't think they have.
I feel like it would have been one of those movies where you're like, "Oh, I grew up watching this."
Yeah, I wish it was because that's you could show a kid that movie, no issue.
No, because it's just a little silly. I mean, there's some kind of scary parts because they show clips of horror movies,
Sure.
where it's like really gory.
But also, I think a 10-year-old can watch Halloween. Like,
Okay,
like
yeah.
I watched that as a child.
And that's really scary.
That
yeah,
and,
this is just a
and
comedy.
it's equally bloody as like that level, where it doesn't directly show it, but like it's a lot of splatter.
Serial Mom is just ridiculous because they think they're like catching on to her because she's starting to kill like really quick once she
That's the
starts.
question: is did she kill before this, or like?
And then because they keep doing like that's why I also thought it was real at the beginning because it goes Monday and it says like an exact time, so it's like. And then
a weird
also
thing.
like at the beginning, I'm pretty sure like in the text it says the screenplay was based on actual court.
Sure.
Like just what? It's so funny. But then like the family starts catching on, so then they're like trying to stop her from killing, but then they're going
they
to
still love her,
but they
too.
and yeah, the dad goes, just because she murders, we can still love her or something. Like it's just so funny. And then since Matthew Lillard's way into horror and they're like fans of her.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's such a weird movie, and like the daughter's like in love with every man
Yeah.
for some reason. It's incredible, dude.
All right, if I murdered somebody, what would you do?
What?
Like, you know, like they found out their mom's a murderer. You find out your best friend and podcast host is a murderer.
Murderer or serial killer? She's a serial killer. She
Ooh.
killed 6 people within like 3 days.
True. All right, so
Just in public, too.
yeah, I guess that is harder. If you found out I was a serial killer,
Serial killer's way different. Wouldn't shock me.
I guess you probably can't really. I don't think you can visit a serial killer in prison.
I think you're done.
Yeah, you're pretty much locked up at that point. Let's say our podcast would blow up.
Yeah, and people would be like, okay, if you listen to this episode, he foreshadows it. Like people would be
And I
like,
probably did.
people would be like, they both should be.
Yeah.
They both talk about it a lot. Yeah, that's freaky. It's really funny in that movie because it's like a comedy and all these people
Yeah.
are dying, but then it's like, oh, that's scary actually.
that would be horrible.
Yeah, it is. And then the mom is like, there's one scene where she stabs somebody with a fire poker at a urinal.
Yeah.
And then his head falls in and then she flushes the toilet.
It's just-
and then she just goes back to the flea market booth that she's working at and just is smiling and just,
'Cause what, that movie was probably
it came out in 94.
okay. Yeah.
So it came out like before like true crime was big and like all
Sure.
this stuff.
But all the true crime had happened at that point, though.
Yeah.
Which, that's weird. How, I wonder, yeah, like, I don't know, like, were people obsessed with, like, serial killers in the 90s as much as they are?
I don't know. I know like
'Cause I feel like the 70s was the age of serial killers, 70s and 80s.
well, there is like they mention serial killers in that movie,
yeah, like Bundy and shit.
Bundy, and I think I read something that John Waters plays the voice of Ted Bundy in the movie.
Sure.
Which is kind of cool.
He tries to put himself in his
Yeah.
stuff.
It's just it's a really good cult classic movie that's like silly and it's like 90 minutes. It's like an hour and a
Yeah.
half. It's a really short
Very-
because it also just gets into
It just keeps going.
immediately.
And it doesn't slow down ever.
Yeah, because it's just murder. Like it's not even spoilers because that's what it's about, dude. It's just it's so funny. I'm so glad because that's been sitting on my. I have a stack of movies that I'm trying to work through. That's been sitting there for a while, but I was like, I want to talk about it on the podcast, so I made sure to watch it last
Do you
night.
know what's next on your list?
I got
Because that's all the movies I've given you, I think.
Yeah.
Because I still have one of your
I
movies I
got
haven't
5 or
watched.
6 more. I was gonna watch Us this weekend.
Sure.
But I would not watch that alone. I did invite someone over, but they couldn't come over. So,
Because like Us it's scary, I guess.
but is it scarier than Get Out?
As a white person, yes. Because
Yeah.
what happens in Us affects everybody.
Yeah, because it's just about doppelgangers, right?
Yeah, and it's weird.
yeah.
I saw that one in theater. That was really good.
And then I got a few James Bond movies that I need to watch, but those are just background when I'm working
Yeah.
on stuff. I almost had the complete set of James Bond movies on DVD. I didn't buy the box set. I've been finding them out in the wild,
Which
so
I-
I have fucking so many
like
of them.
27 of them, right?
I did finally rearrange my DVD collection.
Okay.
So I put all the Bond at the
You
beginning.
blocked them together, yeah. Oh, as 007.
007. I did have it in the J's, and it
Sure.
was just made it impossible because I wanted them all together in the
Yeah.
same row. Didn't want to, and that also made Fast and the Furious stay together.
Fuck yeah.
Which was nice. It was perfect. And then I got a movie called Fargo. It's by
Yes.
the Coen brothers. That's a scary movie, right?
I think it's unsettling. It's not like a horror movie.
Okay, yeah, I need to watch that. That's the one that I had recommended
I've
from
always wanted to
class.
see that, yeah.
There's another, I think, imported movie that's in a different language called All About My Mother, which I've never heard of, but that's on my
Okay.
to-do list. I've been watching a ton of movies as of
You've
late.
been doing one a night, right?
Yeah, basically, let me pull up my IMDb. It's so freaking. I've also been chipping through Mad Men. Oh, dude, Mad Men is so fucking good.
Because I'm trying to think of what I've watched. Actually, last night. Oh shit, I cannot remember the name of it. But it's a movie that isn't released yet. It's because I'm a part of a Patreon and they filmed the movie, so I got to see the premiere of it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, or a preview of it. It's from the guys from Rocket Jump.
Oh, they made a
Freddie
movie?
Wong and Matt
Fuck,
Arnold.
I
Yep.
love them.
And it was fun because it had like some of the weird stuff they do where like the characters are very strange.
Yeah.
Where it was fun watching it because it was very obvious not a studio movie.
Yeah.
Because of the choices they were allowed to make.
Well, I used to love watching them when I was younger because I was way into filmmaking.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I still am, but they would do weird sketches with special effects.
and then they would kind of talk about it.
and then they
too,
would talk
right?
about how they did it. Obviously, it was like, oh, I can't do that.
But it's cool to
it's
learn.
cool to
Yeah.
learn it.
I mean, yeah, 'cause
man,
Freddie Wong was
Freddie
one of
Wong's-
the early YouTubers,
yeah,
I think.
and then he did Video Game High School, which I loved.
Because I knew about that through you and Josh.
Yeah,
'Cause I'd seen episodes
We
of it.
loved that show, dude. That show was awesome,
Because I didn't discover them until
and it's so good, well done.
they have a podcast that's much better than ours called Dungeons and Daddies.
Yeah, if you're a fan of Dungeons and Dragons, check it out. I've never listened to it, but I love Freddie Wong. So
And also, the DM in that game wrote Borderlands 2.
oh fuck,
See?
dude. Yeah,
Imagine
that's-
having that as your DM.
God, can you imagine having that as your credit? One of the
And
best
he-
games ever made.
But he talks so much about like how how people who hate it like talk about it too, which it's super
How
interesting.
can people hate it?
I don't know, just because it's too many jokes for some people.
I watched a movie called Greenberg.
No idea.
It's a 2010 movie with Ben Stiller and
Okay.
Greta Gerwig.
Oh right, because I always forget she was a wait.
Yeah, she's the girl who directed Barbie.
Yeah, because she was a big actor.
Yeah,
at one
she was an
point, too.
actress. She legit she her boobs.
Ooh,
which is really wild.
How are they?
not bad, not
All
bad.
right.
She's really cute. But it's this really weird movie with Ben Stiller.
And Greta Gerwig's
Yeah,
boobs.
yeah, but like Ben Stiller's like this. He just got out of the mental asylum. He had like a mental breakdown, and he's like staying at his brother's place, but they're out of town, and his brother has like an assistant who takes care of. So then that's how he meets Greta, and then they go on dates. But then he also is socially awkward, so they're like not really It's
Weird.
and then the movie just like ended, and I was like, what? What did I just watch?
I feel like around that time, there's a lot of people where they're like a family member recovered, like kind of like
Little Miss Sunshine.
Yeah, like-
except that has a story.
Yeah, what year did that come out?
Little Miss Sunshine probably 2008.
12. Oh, you think? Okay.
9, 10.
Yeah, like that time.
But Green, it was just a story about
A guy.
a guy in relationships that doesn't really. I'm just like, okay. I mean, it was decent. I watched Face Off again.
Face Off.
Because I finally owned that. I watched.
How fucking good is
Oh,
Face Off?
It's so good. Highly recommend.
Like I'm so happy I grew up with that.
And then I think I talked about all the other ones later, but then the last one I watched in the last week was the 2016 version of The Jungle Book.
Right, you texted me while you were watching that,
Dude.
'Cause you're like, hey, have you seen this? I'm like, yeah, I saw that one in theaters.
Incredible.
It's very good.
It's very good.
Because is that one Andy Serkis directed it? I think.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
I thought so. Because or he
Who's
helped
Andy
with,
Serkis?
he plays Gollum. He's Caesar in Planet of the Apes.
Directed by Jon Favreau.
Oh, right, yeah, the guy who runs all of like Marvel and Star Wars now. All right, did Andy Serkis have something to do with that? Fuck, I forgot. John Favreau.
I don't
did
know
that.
who Andy Serkis is, to be honest. I don't know. It doesn't say anything, but it was, dude, incredible. The cast is amazing. I love the original Jungle Book.
I've been listening to that soundtrack a lot. It's so good.
I was really worried because I was like, the original is like a musical. But I was like, how are they going to do Bare Necessities? Because I got to have that in the new one.
Yeah,
and
it's,
then they do. And
it's,
Bill Murray.
Yeah, Bill Murray. Because I
God,
am.
that movie, like, it's like kind of sad, but also really good.
Well, it's a kid lost in a jungle.
But like, but it's kind of. I don't know how do they film movies like that? Because it's live action animals.
So I've actually seen.
How do they do that?
He's on like the trees are green or like I've seen a scene where he runs up like a log or something, and it's all just green screen. Like it's just a green thing he runs up, and they add everything in.
So even all the animals are post and everything.
Yeah, or I'm assuming all of them
because like they make the animals talk.
Yes,
It's so wild, dude. It's so good.
'cause also
Scarlett
they-
Johansson plays the fucking
snake? Yeah.
snake. Oh, and what's his name? Plays the bad guy. Idris Elba.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he's so good. Highly recommend. The
the only thing I don't
Jungle
like
Book.
is King Louis
Oh, you don't like him?
as
Steve Buscemi.
That's not Steve Buscemi. It's the guy with the most recognizable voice ever.
Yeah, he's a very distinct
God,
voice.
fucking damn! I'm pissed.
I just had
he
it
probably
up.
killed that girl on the
What?
boat with her husband
On the boat?
Natalie Woods, I think her
What
name
the
is.
heck?
Is that Natalie Woods?
Oh, Christopher Walken.
Thank you,
dude.
yes.
Yeah, Christopher Walken. It is awesome that the guy from Breaking Bad, Giancarlo Esposito, is in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he plays one of the wolves, which is
Sure.
badass. Yeah, dude, it's incredible. Such a good movie. Highly recommend. If you have young kids, I think it's great.
Sure.
You know, it's a great family movie.
Oh, well, there's a movie I told you about recently that you need to watch.
What movie?
Speed Racer.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna bring this up. I was just because this has been on my notes to talk about for a long time.
Well, because like you texted me at like 11 p.m. Dude, have you watched Jungle Book? But I did the same thing with you like 2 weeks prior where I'm like, fucking Speed Racer by the Wachowskis. Fucking incredible.
I don't believe it.
It's-
I don't.
it's
I just feel like you're doing a bit. Dude.
No, it's a
Speed Racer.
It's pretty perfect for what it like. It's like I teared up in it. It
you
was
cried.
I teared up. It was same people who made The Matrix, the Wachowskis,
It's way different.
kind of. But no, John Goodman's in it. Susan Sarandon's in it.
Oh, that's why you like it.
Oh yeah, I do love her so much. But no, it's
You were telling me that there is some really cool green screen special effects, like where shit's
the
going on
filming style
behind people.
Yeah, because they were able to get like a real anime effect during certain scenes. It's
Oh, okay, that's cool.
fucking awesome. There's a chimpanzee in it, and it's like kind of obvious that they filmed with it. And I bet just everyone's a little on edge.
What would you rate it out of 10? Because you're like gushing, and I'm like, dude, no way.
Above 8, for
oh
sure.
my god, for Speed Racer,
Like,
what did that movie get like rating wise in real life?
I don't probably like a upper
6.
But like the whole cast was like, when can we do another one? I think it was I also think I read that it was the last film where the Wachowskis were the Wachowski brothers.
Whoa! It stars Emily Hirsch.
Sure.
Yeah, he's the main guy. Speed.
Yeah.
Dude, he's incredible.
Oh,
He's
and
from
then-
Into the Wild.
Also, the main girl. Fuck, what's her name? She.
Christina Ricci.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a great cast.
Yeah, Susan Sarandon. Oh, she is hot, dude.
Yeah. She always has been, always will be.
Yeah, dude. But I love Emily Hirsch.
I don't even know him from other stuff, but he's great. in
Into
it.
the Wild, and then he's also in a war movie.
Sure.
I know him from Into the Wild.
He looks like a war movie kind of guy.
It's like he was in Lone Survivor. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure he was in the crew, and then he dies obviously because
Everyone besides Wahlberg.
Yeah, but did you just recently see it for the first
Yes.
time? How did you? I'm gonna watch Speed Racer. Like, how does that?
Okay,
how does
actually,
that?
a lot of this relates to
How does this happen?
because Matt Arnold loves it. The guy who wrote the movie I saw last night. He mentions it constantly, and
Oh, really?
I
Okay,
really
full
respect.
circle.
Yeah, I really respect them as writers. So I take what they say is a great movie,
Never seen Speed Racer is a good movie.
and it fucking was.
I'm sure there's people listening that have seen it and they're like, "Yeah, it is."
Watch it again if you don't think that.
So you think I should add it to my list?
Absolutely,
'Cause I've been
no, I
really-
will buy it next time I see it. It's on Max right now, but I will buy Speed Racer if
Because
I see it.
I've been legit on a fucking DVD collecting tear.
It's so much fun.
I love it, and it's just so fun because I don't need internet.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's so nice. Like, obviously, streaming is nice, and I do it. It's super nice, but
With
like,
all the bullshit about it, I'm trying to back away from it.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have Netflix because we were so mad about what they did. And like, I do miss it, but also I'm like, I don't need it, I
no,
guess.
because I have so many movies.
like, I haven't seen the last 2 seasons of Stranger Things, but like,
And I've only seen the first episode, but I loved it.
Yeah.
But I've been on like a tear, and it's so nice, especially like when you move and like you don't have all that,
that
shit
first
set up.
night,
You pop in a DVD, you know,
That's
because you
fair.
don't have any other. So it's
bed
really
on the floor.
it's really nice to be like, okay, disconnect from everything, and I don't need. And I really like when the movies have trailers,
and you can see other.
because you can
moments of that time.
It's dated, and like when you put in a somewhat bad movie, the trailers are usually worse.
Worse,
And
yeah.
it's just like that movie
Because
looks
they
terrible.
paid so little that they could only get on the commercials for this movie.
But a lot of the movies on my list that I'm like trying to find, some of them are from trailers
Mm-hmm. Sure.
of other movies where I'm like, that does look good. Like that's why I picked up Greenberg, because it was like a Ben Stiller movie, and I was
See,
like,
that's weird. I've never bought a movie because of that.
yeah. So I bought it off of a trailer from like a 2009 movie, and middle of the road movie.
Yeah, there you go.
But I just it's so fun. I watched the original Alien. I think I talked about that.
Yeah.
Wes let me borrow. He has the 4-pack of the Alien. So it's Aliens, Aliens 3, Alien 4.
Because I don't think
and
I've
3,
seen.
so
I
it's-
haven't seen 4.
Um,
Because it go. Yeah, is it 1 through 4 and then?
I think the 4th one is Alien something, like Alien Resurrection or something. I think that's
Sure.
the 4th one,
Okay.
yeah.
Because then there's the Prometheus and there's Alien
Oh,
Covenant.
Prometheus. That's in the Alien universe. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's weird.
Because that's a scary movie, right?
I think it's a prequel to all of them, kind of.
Oh.
Like they hint
God,
at
the first Alien's really
perfect.
really sick. Dude, switching gears a little bit.
Sure.
I
Keep it going.
I found and I'm obsessed with a new quote.
Okay.
This I found this on
Because recently you've been on what the hell?
what the hell?
That's been your big quote lately. I don't know my big quote right
This
now.
one is a motivational quote.
Okay.
So you probably laugh at it. I heard it on TikTok, but like it really resonated with me.
Okay.
It goes, one day or day one. That's all it is.
I like it.
One day or day one.
Sure.
Where it's like, do you want to do that one day?
Or do you-
is
or you
today
can do it
day
now.
or is today day one?
Which is something I do have a real issue
yeah.
with.
Which is so that's when that quote's been resonating with me lately, and now I'm in like this completionist mindset.
And you've been working out.
I've been
yeah?
working out. I've been freaking just trying to knock shit off. I finished a puzzle today. Been trying to chip through movies, trying to fucking beat video games.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of those are just, it's entertainment.
But like, beating video games is a thing.
Well, also like there's so many, like most of the games I own are not at my house, but I do have
Sure.
a few at my house, and a lot of them I haven't beat.
And it's
why do
weird.
I own them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, I just started Battlefield 4.
Sure.
I played that a ton online, but never played the campaign.
I think I have that one.
And I'm like, okay, it should be a really easy beat. It's
It's
just
a shooter.
It's just a shooter. But like, yeah, I love that quote. So now, like, when I'm trying to like wake up early or get motivated, I'm just like, one day or day one.
I like it.
It's fucking. It's like because it's so simple, but then it's also like day one.
Yeah.
But my day one has been happening multiple days in a row.
So yeah, look at you.
And then my TikTok has slowly been evolving too into this like
Mine sucks right now.
into like this. Well, mine sucked for a little bit, but it's slowly starting to evolve into
Isn't
like
that weird
motivation.
when something curated to you for like a couple days will be like, oh, these suck.
Yeah.
But like you still scroll through them.
Yeah, and then it just slowly gets back into it. But it's really nice because it's
So
like
weird.
I watched one this morning as I was getting up where it was like little things are important, and if you just 18 minutes a day on one thing in a year, you'll look back and be like, holy fuck. It doesn't seem like it, but then that also correlates to, one day or day one, just start.
A quote similar to that really resonated to me. I don't know if it's a true quote, or if it's just the idea of it overall, is that an 80-year-old woman once said that she wished she would have started playing piano when she was 40. Because then she'd have 40 years on it right now.
Yeah.
Like the idea of like that.
Just starting. Yeah.
Because if I started something right now, when I'm 60, it's been 40 something.
You've been doing
yeah.
it for 40 years.
I mean-
yeah, that's what's wild to think where like, I was nervous to go back to school because I'm like, oh, I'm almost 30.
But then you're like-
But then if I'm 35, I would have been like, man, I wish I would have gone to school 5 years ago.
Right, yeah.
I could have
that's
been
something
done.
That's something I'm thinking about a lot right now of like,
Of just
what do I want to be in 10 years that I can start now?
Yeah, what do you want to... Actually, I think it's just little things. Like, I haven't been doing a lot of... I've just been trying to beat shit.
Yeah.
And then just like little things like push-ups and like... I try to get at least 100 a day.
Which, that's good.
Yeah, I fucking... that one day I texted you, I think I got like 230.
Fuck yeah.
I think I capped out, which I just do 10 sets of 10, which is super
They
easy.
add up quick too.
Dude, yeah, and then you're just like, ooh, yeah.
The shitty thing about 10 push-ups is once you're done, you're like, oh, that was 30. Like it was like no time at all.
Not even, dude.
Yeah.
Like literally...
pump 'em out,
I
yeah.
have a Keurig. I'll make a cup of coffee. I'll hit the button, do 10 push-ups, and my cup of coffee is not even done yet.
Yeah, like it's-
like it takes like 5 seconds for 10, and it just gives you a little mental boost too.
And like 10 or like even like 20 something a day, you'll notice.
yeah, so that's why I'm doing 10 because you can do 10 really easy and really fast,
And you can do 10 at a time.
Yeah, and then like, and I make on my planner, I do an X so to keep track of my 10. So then I know, and then I'm like, okay, I'm at 80. Let's try and get at least 2 more sets in. So then I'm like, okay, let's just do 10
And
right
two
now.
more sets is 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's fucking, it's so easy. One
Achievable
day
goals are nice.
or day one, dude.
I like it.
It's fucking, it's a good, I mean, I still like saying, what the hell? But that's a different than like a quote.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, that's obviously is a quote, but like, that's a comedy quote.
Yeah.
But it's been really nice. And it's just like, I'm like fucking just
I
getting
dig that.
shit done.
'Cause that's something I'm bad at.
Yeah. It feels good to actually.
In a similar update, I've read 2 more books since our last podcast.
Good,
well, I've
dude.
finished 2 books.
Good. Because I got to go back and listen to that resolution
Right. Yeah,
and see what your number is.
if it's 12 or 24. But now I'm at Tom Segura's. Then I did.
So you should be at 5, right?
I think so. Which in 2 months, not bad.
Not bad. From 0 to 5.
Yeah, because so Tom Segura's book,
You can call him Speed Racer. 0 to 5 in 2 months.
Salem's Lot, Carrie, and fuck, what's the other one?
The big one?
Yeah, The Stand.
The Stand. Yeah.
Shit, that's only 4.
You finished The Stand.
Which that was like.
Oh, yeah. You were working on string theory. Have you?
No, I have not touched that again because I'm in a real audiobook now, and I don't think I could.
So,
I couldn't
you
do that
finished
one
The
audiobook.
Stand. Let's get, because last time you talked about it, you were 75% done.
Yep. I enjoyed it all the way through.
Is it still one of the best things you've ever read? Or is the ending tainted that?
It didn't taint it because there's parts of the ending I didn't love, but I wouldn't know how to do it better.
Yeah. How do you end something like that?
Yeah, and also like it's just such a big story, but it is because now that I'm done with it, I'm a little less in love with it. But like that, I don't know if that's different than when I was in it.
Oh, yeah. Because you were just looking forward to, like while you're in it, just what's going to happen next.
Yeah, because I was very surprised by parts, which is fun. It is probably my favorite book
Damn, of
at
all
this
time.
point. I
Okay.
think.
I don't know if I haven't read in a long time, so I don't think I could pick a favorite.
Yeah.
If even just saying like favorite book, my mind immediately goes to Young Bond, which is like
Really?
which is like a young adult book.
All right. To be fair, mine
is
goes.
great.
Mine goes to rather Cirque du Freak or Percy Jackson.
Percy Jackson.
Percy
great.
Jackson fucking slapped.
You remember Among the Hidden?
No. Wait, is that the one where you can only have like two kids?
Two kids.
That one was like elementary school reading. I never.
Yeah, but that was a series, dude.
I only read the first one.
Oh, dude, I got invested. Where like
One thing I remember that I don't think I'll ever forget is that when he finds the other like second or third kid or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck the rule is, he had cut his arm and there's blood on the floor and she's like, oh, my parents can't know. And then she throws her arm into a screen to cut herself. That is something I will never forget for some reason.
Holy shit,
And it's
yeah.
from that book.
that's how dedicated they are to keep this secret.
It's for me, it's just like I don't care about like that part. It's just the imagery. I like, do you have that where it's just little things
Where you actually visualized.
or it just will stick with you forever? Like one sentence I read as a child for some reason.
It's just that's what stuck for some reason. I guess I have a few. I can't think of any right now, obviously.
that like smells.
Yeah,
that
smells.
connect to like.
Smells obvious. Smell, I think, is really strong.
I think it's the strongest.
Memory.
Yeah.
which is really weird. So going back to books, though.
Yes.
You read Carrie in the last week or listened
Yeah.
to Carrie. You were telling me earlier that you
I
didn't.
did
you
not
didn't
like it at all.
which is wild.
So the story of Carrie, which I assume everybody just kind of knows at this point,
Yeah,
it
that's-
just
it's
seems
a
like
Stephen
it's
King
part
freaking
of the
staple,
like
yeah.
zeitgeist. But the way he told the story, I fucking hate it. Because part of it was like from character perspectives, which that
makes
was
sense,
good.
yeah.
Like some of it was from Carrie, some of it was from this other classmate, some was from her mom, and like you got like their thoughts and their memories. But other parts were from fake books, like random excerpts from books that people in that world have written, like that survivors have written. So it'd be like one of them was called The Shadow Explosion, page 130, and it would be. It's still about where you're at in the story, but like it's from this.
That's really weird.
It felt like a very one of his Coke books.
Yeah, that seems like that seems like a Coke idea where he had all these ideas at once, and he's like, "Let's just do it." Who
It
cares?
didn't add depth, and I feel like it was supposed to, as in like, yeah, these people survived.
To
this is
make it
how
seem like a
affected
bigger
them.
world or something?
Yeah, but to me, it was I would rather have just had the story.
Yeah, it's kind of. So you think the movie's better?
I would rather have taken the movie to understand the story than have to read the whole book again.
Damn. Yeah, I wonder because you listened to it. I wonder if reading it's a different.
Yeah, I think it would because
Maybe.
part of it's like police paperwork, so it being read to you isn't.
Yeah, because
that.
it's all one voice, you know.
Yeah,
That's what's tough about sometimes listening to books. If there's more than one perspective and there's only one voice, you know.
because the guy who read The Stand, he did great voices.
Oh, so he could shift it.
Yeah, and like to the point where like if it didn't say their name first, you could still kind of tell who he was being.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah,
And-
because sometimes you're like, what's going on?
Yeah, and then Carrie, it was voiced by the actress who played Carrie in the 1970s.
In the original film.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Sissy Spacek, I think her name
Okay.
is. So, and I didn't know that when I first started it. So, like, when she did her Carrie voice, I was like, oh, that's really good. But then when she played, like, the principal, I was like, it just.
It didn't, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't add, like.
So that could have been part of it too, is that it was narrated.
Which is, it's cool that it was narrated by her. That,
Yeah, that
'cause
is
Carrie.
Yeah, because that was Carrie. Yeah, that's really cool.
She also has a very soft voice. And, like, so describing, like, scary stuff, it was like, I'm still calm. Like, it didn't.
It's
yeah.
like you're watching Serial Mom,
Right,
Where
yeah,
it's like
kind-
it should be freaking scary, but it's
Yeah,
actually
just
like
Annie's playing, so you don't know. Yeah.
tomorrow. Dude, yeah, that movie's so funny. I need to get back into reading. I literally have a book that's been by my bed that I'm like 3/4 of the way done with. It's a wrestling book, and it's really good.
Which wrestler?
Mick Foley. He was 3 wrestlers. He was Mankind. That's
Cool.
like his Dude Love. And then I forgot his other one. Oh, and then Mick Foley, obviously.
What's Dude Love?
He just dressed up as a hippie.
Oh,
You would know him as Mankind. He was
I've
like a
heard that
crazy
name,
guy
yeah.
with he had like a leather face.
yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's a chubbier dude.
Okay.
He's the guy like that fell through the cage.
Sure.
Yeah, with
I have
Undertaker.
seen that, yeah.
He's an incredible wrestler, and what's wild is he became one of the biggest, but he shouldn't have been because he's just like a weird chubby dude that
Sure.
can take pain.
Okay.
You know, but he is such a good wrestler, and he's written by him. You know, so it's a great book. But also, I have so many books that I keep buying,
I think that's
but I've never read them.
wanting
So
to
that's
collect
like
books and then being an avid reader are two very different things.
But my completionist mindset is like, let's fucking knock them out.
It's
if
weird.
I own them, I should know about them.
Also, like,
You know?
I always, when I look at a book, I'm like, oh, that's going to take like a week. But like, you can read a book in a day. I always forget that.
It doesn't.
Like 3 hours
If you
is
just
a
if you just
decent sized
literally
book.
put your phone away, you can
Because you can get through 200, because it's about a page a minute, isn't
yeah,
it?
it's not that.
Yeah.
And some books read really easy.
Yeah, that's
you know
true.
what I mean.
That's what I kind of miss young adult books where like you could fly through them.
And you're just like, oh, that was good.
Yeah, I mean,
Time for dinner.
that's why Percy Jackson was such a.
I would just read books in the car. I'd read them on the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would just like read them as I'm walking.
But like, I wasn't like a reader either.
I was a little bit when I was younger,
Sure.
but not like crazy. I would just read like the, Among the Hidden, Percy Jackson, Young Bond, because I was obsessed with James Bond. Still am, I guess. Young Bond, dude, still great, but it's definitely a young adult.
Sure. I mean,
But I own all. I think there's 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, one's like Silverfin or something.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Silverfin, yeah.
I remember everyone reading that on the school bus.
Yeah, I was obsessed.
Actually, I probably remember you reading that on the
It's
school.
probably
We were at
me.
the same bus. Yeah.
It's probably me.
Yeah.
Dude.
But like being a young adult writer's gotta be fun because all you need is a pretty good story, a love triangle, and like
And you just
kids just lap it up.
and you probably make so much money writing young.
Yeah, well, because that's who buys books now, I think, or back then at least.
Yeah, I don't know what the book market is like today because of but
The books Izzy's reading, Court of Rose and Thorn, I
Yeah.
think those are huge right
yeah,
now.
I know those are like the in where everyone's reading them.
So I think fantasy's kind of back, which is fun.
Yeah, I think and having physical is way better than reading it on a freaking digital
And
pad.
bookstores, like I hate buying books online, like having them shipped to you. Like I want
I
to
do
find it.
sometimes.
I mean, same with like vinyls.
Yeah.
If it's not one I'm gonna find, then I will buy it.
Yeah.
That's why I try to do it from like the band itself.
I really want to buy. I
Because
mean,
buying books, you should buy it from a bookstore online,
okay,
instead
just to-
of Amazon.
Yeah, just to support them.
and it's usually not more expensive either.
I need to go.
Because bookstores have good shipping.
I
Because
can
that's
probably
half of it.
get this. It's a book,
Hmm?
but it would be an easy read. It's the Comedy Bang Bang book.
Sure, no, that's supposed to be pretty good.
I really need. That's been on my to-do list to get for a while because it's just literally excerpts about it, and then literally people and characters wrote shit for
Hmm. Oh,
it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like
I do love Scott Aukerman.
Scott Aukerman, and then also your dude.
Yeah,
has. Yeah, what's his name? Paul
F. Tompkins.
Paul F.
yeah.
Tompkins. He has so many characters, and he wrote things for it,
Gotcha.
and all the different characters. It looks really good, but that's also like it's a book, but it's also like kind of like a coffee table book where you just kind of can flip through it.
I mean, I have a couple. I have a
still counts as still a book.
yeah,
you know?
because I have like a freak show book. That's my coffee table.
or
book.
it's just kind of
Like,
little excerpts
if you read
of
2
history.
pages, you could read about a freak at the time.
Yeah, but it's all together. Yeah, I kind of like books like that. But then, yeah, I guess you would be like, I did read a book. I got through it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I would probably read that in one sitting.
Yeah, for sure.
And just be like, oh, that was enjoyable. Glad I have it.
Yeah.
I need to buy that. I wonder if it's at Barnes and Noble. Probably. It's a big enough release.
I'd say so.
I think it was on the New York Times
Yeah.
best. I don't know if it was top, but I think it was on the list
That's also, those are so weird.
because so many famous people promoted it.
Well, yeah, because on podcasts and stuff too.
Yeah.
Because also to get on the bestseller list, the way to do that is pre-orders.
Oh, okay.
Run a very long pre-order, and then every book sold in the pre-order counts as the first week.
Oh, so yeah,
So
they had
that's how
they
they
had a
fuck-
long pre-order, and then also they had signed copies too
Yeah,
for
so
the pre-order.
That's how you fucking do it.
That's smart. So then you
and
can
that-
get on the list,
because
and then
it
and then
sells.
at bookstores, that's in like a section. Yeah, that's freaking sick, dude.
It's I don't understand like how books get made. Like because that means like for someone to like promote it, they have to read the entire thing. I'd
Yeah.
imagine so. And probably like a couple people have to for a company to like
Dude, yeah, the people that work at bookstores, they have to read what authors do, give feedback.
yeah.
And then, man,
Or like
can you
at
imagine?
publishing companies, yeah.
Can you imagine having to do that back in the typewriter days, where it's like a lot harder to edit?
Yeah, I don't even know. Because also, they will like send a book out and they're like, yeah, and just change this, this, and this, and then they rewrite the entire book.
Jesus, and that would take so long.
Well, because
Yeah, because if you change one thing, it probably affects a bunch of other things.
people do like 3 or 4 drafts of a book.
Oh my god,
That just sounds horrible.
yeah. Good thing we write scripts.
Yeah, which I don't ever
We do drafts on scripts.
kind of. I've never rewritten unless it got deleted.
Yeah. Well, I
happened.
mean, we've written a script and then be like, oh, let's add this. Let's
yeah,
add this.
I've
yeah.
never like changed the entire thing though. You know.
Well, we're writing short form
right? Yeah,
content.
and like
We're not writing an hour and a half movie because that's definitely when you would do
We're
drafts.
trying to.
Huh? I guess I did write a 30-minute movie
Yeah, there you go.
last
I've written
spring.
I think I have 40 is my max that I've written something
Writing's
on.
fun. It's fun.
But
I like
it's-
script writing is way different than writing.
Yeah, because
Way
I've
different.
always wanted to try and write a book, but like, how the fuck do you do
No,
that?
I'd much rather write in script format. Much rather.
Because I think for a book, I'd get way too obsessed on page count. But also, you got to think book pages are different sizes.
Yeah.
Than, so
if
like,
you make a small book, it can be thicker.
I know. So I'd be obsessed with like that aspect of it.
Would you just try and hit a certain number?
I don't know. Like, I just feel like that would be just, I would get caught up on that so much. Of
Yeah,
like,
and I
how
wonder-
long is it? What's this page going to look like? That kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you would get caught in the details and not the actual story.
Which would worry me. yeah.
Yeah, well, you know what I say, dude? Day one.
I know.
One day. I think today's the day to start writing.
My book?
Just something.
Yeah, I'll try and write something today.
Write a script today.
All right.
I'm gonna hit the road. What?
Uh,
My coffee's almost empty. It's been a freaking moist Monday. I'm gonna, after we're done recording, freaking head up north, and I'm going off the grid for a week. So
That'll be nice.
it's gonna be freaking real nice. So I'll talk about that next time.
So I was thinking about if I woke up, like I know you turn your notifications off, but if I woke up with the amount of shit on your phone that there is, I'd be so like nervous at immediately.
Well, I shut everything off.
Yeah, but just knowing that it's all there and that you get to it eventually.
That's why I had to shut it off.
Yeah, because you were just
Because like literally, dude, notifications have been shut off for over a year now, which has been so nice. Like I forgot what it's like, but like literally every time someone would like a photo on Instagram, you get one notification or like a Facebook thing.
Well,
it's
for
just
me-
like Jesus Christ.
because also you run
Social
many social medias?
for everything. So then it's like, okay, I can log on, and I'm always logged into my personal account for all those. So when I first log in, it doesn't look like there's a lot. And then when I switch accounts, it's like, oh, plus 9 notifications, plus 10 notifications.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, oh, dude. And it also helps my phone battery too
Sure, I bet. Yeah.
from going off. It's just so nice. I'm so excited because I'm going to be off the grid. I'm literally going to shut my phone off for a few days,
'Cause
which is going to feel really nice. But we find out this week if our movie advances.
Yeah,
So you'll probably know before me.
Yeah. But like right now, I have 514 unread messages on my phone.
How? I have one from my father.
I have 3 from my father.
And
No, I have
and
so-
I just have one, and that was from July 4th.
Because do you like clear your emails?
Yeah.
Really? Izzy does that too, and it throws. So like when she's done looking at her emails, she has nothing.
Oh, mine's at 11 right now because there's some like emails that I have to leave not read. Like I'll read them and then mark them unread, like for getting off the grid. Because like there'd be like sponsorship emails just to remind me to go back to it.
Because yeah, everything.
But literally, I have to. OCD, dude.
I have 99 plus on everything.
Jesus Christ, that drive me nuts.
I don't like it.
Then clear them.
I
It takes no time.
There might be something in there though.
You don't know to begin
yeah,
with.
exactly.
Then clear the bullshit.
It's the same reason I don't go to the doctor. I don't want to know, but I need to have an option to look.
Well, I don't go to the doctor either.
Right, yeah. Like, God, the other day I was just thinking about, like, we have so many body parts, and they all do such specific fucking
Yeah,
things.
that's how bodies work.
How is, like, something's got to be wrong with half of them at this point, you know?
Why? You're in your late 20s.
Yeah, but still, like, there's just so much in there.
Everybody has it.
I know. And it's so fucking weird to think about.
Isn't it wild that like, yeah, you can just be fine, and then all of a sudden, if one thing goes bad, you're fucked.
Just dead.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you're just in the hospital.
Well, I mean, I could have a bubble in my brain right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And just, I
You
could drop.
You could have fucking kidney cancer.
Right. That would suck.
What was fucking like? Wes got bit by a spider, like out of the blue, and then he's fucking had to go to the ER.
But like he didn't even know, right?
He just woke up
with
to a
it.
black thing on his leg, and he was like, Jesus Christ, and then got massively sick, and it was like, just that quick. Just holy fuck.
Something in the night bit him.
Yeah. Brown recluse, I think.
God.
Which is like, Jesus, dude.
Thank God he's an adult and takes care of himself.
Yeah. Imagine if that happened to me. I don't have insurance.
Right, yeah.
I'd be like, I need insurance real quick before I go to the doctor.
Like the tip of my toe is turning black. I don't know what to do with that.
What?
Yeah, like right there. It's like a rock.
Oh, that's fine.
But like
It's your feet, dude.
Yeah.
It's not like you're selling feet pics.
I should.
Who cares? You know how like old men that work with their hands look
Yeah.
like wallets?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just part of the human nature, dude. And you know what?
What?
I wish you would have sticked with wrestling.
I'm still wrestling.
Because then you'd have cauliflower ears.
I remember I got one pin.
That's my favorite thing.
Cauliflower ears?
It's so funny.
Why?
It's so funny.
It's because it's just like a mound of
Yeah.
ear.
Don't fuck with him.
Yeah.
If you see cauliflower ears, run for the hills. He's a scary guy. This has been the Moist Monday podcast. Thanks for listening. This has been Drogist. My coffee's empty.
Mine too, and I'm hyper.
Yep, I feel good, dude. I love coffee. It's been so nice. Drogist update. Cutting out energy drinks.
Has that been better than alcohol, do you think?
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's what Izzy's been saying
I think
too.
I've been less anxious.
Because she had an energy drink yesterday because we like wanted to stay up. I was like, that's fine. It's just when you wake up to 3 of them.
Yeah, I think I'm less anxious. I think
Oh.
it's definitely calming me down.
Sure.
Which is nice. I mean, I still drink coffee. But what's
Coffee's
weird
so
is like
different though.
I've been ordering less food, which is nice, but I did order a GoPuff order.
Sure.
And they threw in a fucking Red Bull. And I'm like, God damn
Assholes.
it.
Yeah.
So now I just have it in my fridge and I will enjoy it in September. It's not like I'm completely cutting it out, but it feels good to just do a cleanse.
And then like if you can come back just less strong.
Yeah,
would
like
be
I
nice.
won't. I would just get them every day because it's
To
like
drink.
Yeah, to drink.
Yeah. Ugh.
You know,
Cannot imagine
and
that.
it's like $4.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, so now I'll just be like, oh, water,
Yeah.
tea,
Just
and then
bring the
be
water.
like, oh, I do want a Monster. It's like just enjoy, like take a cleanse and then come back not as strong.
Yeah. I mean, because coffees, I only drink a real coffee once a week, and so it's like a treat.
Oh, I drink fucking.
Yeah, but like that.
I have
you-
like 5 or 6 cups a
that's
day.
insane to me. I drink one latte, and I'm so
5 or
hyper.
6 cups a day, fucking with push-ups in between. Let's go, dude.
All right.
Let's freaking go. Make sure you follow us on TikTok and Instagram and Moist Monday Podcast. Follow us on Threads. We haven't talked about that. We do have a Threads account.
Do we have an X?
No.
Okay.
But we have a Threads account. 10 followers. Let's go.
Whatever the fuck Threads is.
It's
Gonna die fast, I think.
It's the thing. I don't know. But we got one. I think Twitter's gonna die.
True. Well, Twitter is dead.
Twitter
It's
is
X
dead.
now.
Yeah, what the fuck? Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, like the video, rate us 5 stars on all the podcast apps. We would love that. Hey, send us an email, moistmondaypodcast@gmail.com.
About anything we've talked about.
you know-
Or anything you
did you
want us
know-
to talk about? Yeah.
That you can drop, like on Spotify, you can leave a review under an episode, and then it will get published on our page.
No.
Well, let's do that real quick. Let's wrap up because somebody did.
Oh, is it a good one?
Yep, it's a
Okay.
good one.
Good.
So if you go on Spotify, that's how I listen to my podcast. If you go to the Moist Monday podcast and you click on an episode, let's just click on today's episode. There's a Q&A section, and you
Oh.
can, what did you think about this episode? You can type a reply, and then as the owner of the podcast, we can publish it. So the end of an era, we have a Q&A 2 weeks ago. Taylor Mankel. Nice bit, boys. But it's published officially on Spotify. That is awesome, dude. So anybody can see it. That's do
Nice
it.
Bit Boys, officially by Taylor Mankel.
Do it. We appreciate it. We love you. Freaking let's do it. Let's get some shit done.
Bye.
Day 1.
Dry bones, lazy bones, big bones, dance around in your bones.
Are there modern montage songs? Like, are people still making them?